Hey guys, Mario here, aka MX Glory, and I just want to share with you the hardware I use to stream on Twitch and a little bit about each item and how I use it during my stream. So let's get right into it. Alright, before I get into each item, I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a mini tour of what I have going on. I have everything kind of cluttered. I got my dual monitor set up, my DSLR, I have a green sheet over my chair, my green screen. I got some posters in the back and a giant unicorn you can't really see during my stream. GoXLR, a couple of remotes for some stuff, microphone, keyboard, stream deck, mouse pad. So I'll go ahead and go over everything and show you a little bit more in depth. All right. So the hardware that I use, I want to go from left to right on these tabs up here, but this is almost everything that I have. First, starting with the GoXLR, this is I did not get it for $490. I got it for $400. It was like $398 or whatever. I use this as my mixer. I have kind of like the setup it has here, the mic music chat system. That's what I have set to it. I can control the volume and mute functions on my buddies on Discord. I can raise and lower the system volume. I can raise and lower the music volume, which I ended up plugging to or linking to the Google Play All Access music. There's game audio. You can do the sample audio. You can do a bunch of other stuff. These are the 4 sliders that I use, though, just as the default 4. I don't really use the voice changer too much. Not on stream, really. I kind of use it to annoy my friends, but that's pretty much it. The sampler is really cool to kind of capture really funny moments. But the way I use it is I have an XLR microphone plugged directly into the GoXLR, and then I have the headset that I use plugged into the headphone out from the GoXLR, so that way I can monitor my voice and I can hear everything. And it's all wireless as far as the headphones go. The headphones are wireless, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But this is the first item. Second item, Stream Deck. I use the 15 key version. I think I got it on sale. I think it was Prime Day for like $100. Yeah, I bought it July 15th this year. It's great. I use it to change all my scenes. I use it to do the game capture. I use it to open up software. I use it to control my key lights, which I have listed here. I created a couple folders for a couple different things. Super useful tool. Highly recommended if you guys don't have a Stream Deck for your stream. Get one. It's totally worth it. Do not get the 6 key. The 6 key is not useful. It's too little keys. You're gonna have basically 6 folders within folders within folders just to get the stuff that you want. Minimum, get the 15 key. If you want to upgrade, get the XL. I think it has 32 keys. A little more expensive. It's $250. But this would be my step up from the 15. But right now, I don't need more than 15 keys. I have 1 folder and I don't even have it filled up with a bunch of stuff. The 15 keys it's fine for me. For the next item, my boom arm. I got the Rode the PSA 1 swivel mount. I love it. I don't have any issues with it. There's definitely cheaper options. It does retail for $100. I think, yeah, Newer has one for $13. InnoGear has one for $60. I think Amazon Basics has one for like $20 or something. I got the Rode. I like it. I haven't had any issues with it. It's super solid. It does make a little bit of a creaking noise, but I did get it back, almost 3 years ago. So it's been a while. But it still works. I wouldn't change it for anything else. But there are cheaper options out there. If you want to get a boom arm similar to this, the scissor arm is pretty good. This microphone I got this year. I used to have an Audio-Technica, an AT2020 XLR mic, which I used a really crappy XLR interface that had some ground issues, so there was a lot of hum when I spoke and in the monitoring. So I swapped it out for a AT2020 USB version, which worked great. It's a great microphone. There's no issues. It performs great. It sounds great. Everyone can hear me. I can have it, you know, with this microphone here, I have to have it set a little closer to me because it is a dynamic mic. Compared to the AT2020, which is a condenser mic, it picks up a lot more background noise. I wanted a dynamic because I ended up putting an AC in my room to keep this room nice and cool, but it does generate a little bit of noise, and I want to kind of block that out with a dynamic mic. This one is literally half the price of the USB of the AT2020, but it sounds great. I love it. It's XLR. There's a little, you can see a little headphone jack on the bottom that you can do direct monitoring. If you want. Oh no, actually that's not direct monitoring. That is a what's it called? 3.5 millimeter cable, so you can use that instead of the XLR. I use the XLR version or the cable, so it's fine. It does need to be on, so don't forget to turn it on. I don't use the stand it comes with. I obviously put it on the road mic mount. I did get a shock mount for it. It's good. I just have a windscreen over it. Not a pop filter, just a windscreen. It works fine. There's like a built-in one. It doesn't really pick up too many pop noises that I can think of or I can hear. If you do hear pop noises, let me know. I'll work on it. But super good mic. Really budget friendly. Highly recommended. Next is the headset that I got recently. My wife actually bought me this as a Christmas gift. I've been wanting one for a while. I had this Sennheiser 598s for a very long time. They're wired. They're great. They're amazing. I probably don't need this, but when I move and sometimes when I sit, I have the cable hanging over my left shoulder and it kind of gets in the way. But I wanted something where I can move around. I can get up from the chair if I need to. I can, sit back down without having to take my headset off or anything. It does have a microphone. I don't use it. I have it set up where I could use the microphone, but it's not going through my GoXLR. I have it USB into my PC. I have this base that it comes with. I have it USB into my PC in case I ever do want to use a microphone that's built into the headset. I can, but I don't as of right now. I just use the Samson the Q2U. There's been some issues that I ran into with this headset where I do want to use the microphone that going through the GoXLR. I've watched some tutorial videos from the GoXLR team, and I tried to follow the instructions, but they didn't really work. So I just ended up using USB to the PC in case I want to use a microphone, which I haven't needed to as of yet, so I'm not really too worried about it. I did have to get a GLI, a ground loop interface, to eliminate the hum that the bass picks up, because I have it plugged in to the audio. I think it's the audio in. Yeah, to the audio in, the 3.5 millimeter, into the GoXLR headphone out. And there was a really loud hum. So I had to get a GLI, plug it into the bass, and then to the GoXLR. Got rid of the hum. Works fine. But great headset. It's got surround. I don't really use the virtual surround because it's useless. But I got it mainly for the mobility, so I can walk around and stuff. Next item, this monitor is kind of old now. It's the PG279Q, not the QR. This is the only one that I can actually find. When the ROG Swift, the PG279Q came out, the very first one that came out, it was $800 for a 1440p 144 hertz monitor. And super expensive nowadays if you were to get a monitor like that. Obviously there's way cheaper options. There's a 1440. Here's one for $373 from ASUS, the MG278Q. I think this is a TN panel, I believe, but I got the TN panel version. It was when it first came out. The whole 1440p 144 hertz phase came out many years ago. I got it. It was super expensive. I don't recommend getting something like that at that price anymore. But I use it as my main gaming machine, and the reason I use it as my main gaming machine as opposed to my ultra wide is because when I streaming is 16:9. I don't want my viewers to squint their eyes when I'm streaming at an ultra wide, because the way I would want it to set up is I want a game at an ultra wide setting, but obviously Twitch doesn't have an ultra wide viewing experience for Twitch viewers. So I'd have to make the video smaller and then kind of put it on the top half or top 3/4 of the screen, and then put the webcam and stuff on the bottom, which I really don't have anything to fill. It's just me in the game. So I just use this as my gaming. It goes up to 144. I haven't had any issues with it. It is TN panel, which isn't the greatest, but I'm looking at it straight on, so I don't have any problems with it. Next is my secondary monitor, which used to be my primary. I did run a single monitor setup for a while. But because of the whole 16:9 aspect ratio, I couldn't really game at a ultra wide view because of the whole 16:9 thing with Twitch. Otherwise, I crop the both ends of my gameplay. So I use this as my secondary. I have OBS, I have my chat, I have a browser, I have Discord, I have Telegram and other bunch of monitoring stuff on this monitor. If I really want to, I can game on it, but I wouldn't stream on it. There are very few, I think I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 streamers ever stream on an ultra wide. But like I said, they game and stream at ultra wide, so it's the whole 21:9 on the top 3/4 of their screen, and then the bottom quarter is their webcam, some chat, maybe notifications and alerts and stuff. But if you're not streaming, this is great for productivity. It's great for video editing. The colors are amazing. It's great IPS, so you can see it at different angles and stuff, which is great for me since since my secondary, it's on my right side. I don't have to look at it straight on for it to be clear. It doesn't look distorted or anything, which is pretty good. Next is the keyboard of choice. I went through a couple keyboards way back when. I ended up settling on a WASD 10 keyless that I've had for I think 6 or 7 years, and I wanted something with lights. It didn't have to be RGB. If this wasn't RGB, the Ducky One 2 SF, if it wasn't RGB, I wouldn't care. If it was white, fine. But the RGB is cool. I have it purple and teal to match my GoXLR. You saw it in the little preview of the mini tour. But I use this. I ended up changing. Let me see if I can zoom in here. The page up and page down. I swapped to home and end because I don't use page up and page down. So I ended up changing the key bindings on those to do home and end, which is actually the function keys for these 2 buttons. So it's not really a big deal. I know what they are. The only thing I have to get used to is that there's no dedicated print screen button, which I do a lot. So I have to do function right bracket to do a print screen, which is not a problem, but it's super compact. Love it. I got the silent switches, the Cherry MX Silent Reds. Amazing. I have dampeners on my MX Cherry Reds on my WASD keyboard, and you can still hear a little bit of the clacking and the ping that from the PCB and the back plate. This doesn't have that issue. It's almost like typing on a rubber dome, but you get that mechanical feel, but there are linear, so you don't get that tactile click, which I don't like. I've had browns. I had a Logitech G710 Plus at one point, which I ended up giving to my dad, and he still uses it. Browns are great. I just don't want the noise. I don't want to hear myself clicking and stuff. So I like Reds. I like silent switches, which is great for me. So this worked out pretty well. And actually, I ordered this back in September, and I got it, I think at the end of October. It took a really long time. It was supposed to ship at the end of September, but there was some delays and some back orders and stuff, but finally got it. No regrets. This is the webcam I use. It's a Sony A5100. Total overkill. Do not get this if you want to just use it for a webcam. I got this because not only do I want to use it as a webcam for a clear image, but I want to take photos and videos outside of the house. I want to vlog a little bit. When I start a family, I want to take pictures and stuff, and I want to take pictures of my surroundings and stuff like that. So that's why I got this camera in this version, mainly because of the flip up screen, which it has here. Super useful. I'm using it right now. The colors are great. I just had to change the white balance a little bit. I do have continuous autofocus on. Some people like to have manual focus and just focusing on themselves when they're just not moving, but I tend to move either back and forth. I get up and move around. So if it autofocus is fine. No issues there. The ISO is something that I have to play around with. I have it at auto. I did set it, I think, to like 2000, but it was a little too dark for my lighting situation. So setting it to auto was fine. But the white balance, though, I had the white balance set to auto, but sometimes I would turn out either orange, depending on whatever lighting situation was in the room. Sometimes I came out like really blue and pale. I looked like I was dead or sick. But I changed the white balance to, I think it's like 40, like a 4200 or 4100. I don't remember exactly what I had to look at it, but my natural skin color now, so I don't really look like I'm dying. But I do recommend this. If you are going to be using a camera like this, you do have to get a capture card for it. I use the Elgato Cam Link. It was on sale during, I think, Black Friday. What was it, last week? Week before? Yeah, last week. And I got it on sale. Plus, I had like a $10 coupon from Best Buy, so I ended up getting it from Best Buy. It ended up being like $80 or $85 or something. Not too bad. It retails for like $150. But if you do get something like this or any other DSLR, whether it's a Canon, Nikon, or Sony, get a capture card or get a Cam Link, and you'll be able to use it that way. And this is my green screen. I had the collapsible version, and I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's a great green screen from Elgato. Problem is, it's too narrow. I don't like how narrow it is. I think this is, let me see if it has the measurements here. Dimension, it was 58.27 inches wide, and my wingspan is pretty wide. I had to zoom the camera in just to cut off the what it didn't cover. And I'm zoomed in now, but the fact that I can zoom out and it'll still cover all the area that I need, and I don't have to crop the camera so much. I like it. It's not bad. The ceiling mount one, this one I believe is, let me see if it has the measurement down here. It's like 70 some inches. That's 82. I think it's like 79. I believe it's 79 inches or 80 inches wide. I actually have the measurements here. Here we go. 78. It's 70 inches wide, which is plenty wide. I do have it at an angle because the camera is facing me at an angle. It's not straight up or straight on me, so I can't mount the green screen directly parallel to my gaming monitor. So I had to mount it at an angle, which I had to use two different studs to mount it. So if you are going to mount this at an angle, make sure you find the studs, drill into the studs, and put a couple hooks on there. I'm not using chains like some other people are doing. I ended up measuring it perfectly, where I just screw in the hooks, throw the green screen on, and I can raise and lower it whenever I want to, and it gets out of the way. Highly recommended. Haven't had any issues with it. I only got it recently, but I've used the collapsible one, and it's pretty much the same thing, just on the ceiling. These are the key lights that I use. The main reason I have two of these, and I got them during Black Friday. They were on sale for $150, and I got two of them because I wanted to control the lights from my Stream Deck. I don't recommend getting these if you're just starting to stream. I know I'm just starting to stream, and I got these, and I shouldn't have, but I like convenience. I'll pay for the convenience. I don't have a problem with it, because with normal key lights and LEDs, they're great. I tried a couple other versions. I tried some ones for like a phone. You just have a switch you flip on and off. I tried a pair of key lights that look very similar to this, but the problem is that you have to go to the back and turn it on. You have a remote to turn them on and off, but it actually doesn't turn off the LED. It puts it to 0%, but the LED is still on when it's very dim, and I didn't want to have to keep getting up from my chair, turning it on and off if I need to. I want to just turn them off. I just hit a button. So I got these, and they're great. I haven't had any issues with them. There is a little bit of a software bug. I think the left light unsynced at one point. I think like twice. but very rare. It doesn't really happen too often. And it mainly happens when the computer is either locked or turned off. Obviously the Stream Deck connects with the PC. So if the computer's locked, the lights may unsync, which on your Stream Deck, you'll get like a red icon with the tilde indicating that one of the lights is not synced. But if you hit it and then you hit it again, it like turns on. I don't know why the icon shows up. Not a real big problem. I kind of ignore it and it's fine for me. But these lights are great. They're durable. They're height adjustable. You can control them from your PC. Just install the software. If you're gonna get one, light, I recommend that your PC or your setup you're facing a wall. That way, when you mount the light, you can mount it to your desk behind your monitor, and using the wall behind your monitor to bounce the light off of it, so it covers more surface area. It'll work great, especially if your wall is white. But I'm not facing a wall. I have a room in front of me, so I got two, kind of on either side to kind of light me, plus the green screen behind me, which is great. Next item, a Logitech G Pro, the wireless. I've been wanting one. I have a G703, but it's a little big. It's not big. It's just kind of tall, and it's a little heavier than this, obviously. But I've been wanting this mouse for a while, so I ended up getting this. When did I get it? I think I got it like 3 months ago. Love it. Sensor's great. Haven't had any issues. I don't use all 4 buttons. I know it has 2 on either side. I use the 2 on the left for the front and back, mouse 4 and 5. But I also use the front right button, which I programmed to tilde, which is my chat in game for a few games. I ended up putting the little cover for the right rear button, so I don't accidentally push it, because I was accidentally pushing that one, which is kind of a pain. And I can use it with my mouse pad. I have the Logitech G Powerplay, so I never have to charge it. I can just put the little puck in the G Pro and it'll charge on the mouse pad when I'm not using it and while I'm using it. So if there's no plugging in cables, I don't have an extra cable on my desk where I have to plug in the mouse or anything. So it works great. It's super convenient. No regrets. It worked with the G703. I knew it would work with this, so really glad I got it. And as far as items, that's pretty much it. Other things, I have a couple speakers that I use very rarely. I have, obviously my phone. I have a Nintendo Switch that I ended up streaming from once in a while. I have the Cam Link that I use for my camera that I didn't put on this list here. But I also have an Elgato HD60S that I use to capture from my Switch, which is kind of a necessity, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll have links to everything that I have in the description if you're interested in purchasing any of it. They'll all be affiliate links. Some may not be, like the keyboard I ended up getting on mechanicalkeyboards.com. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and watch me on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 6 p.m. PST. And I'll stream on the weekends kind of randomly because I don't have a set schedule for Saturday, Sunday. But I'll stream Saturday, Sunday if I have time, mainly during the afternoon and evening. Right now it's 1:54, so I'm going to end up streaming in a few minutes here. So you can catch me there. All right, see you guys later.